Hello there, everyone. We are going to be taking a look at a scenario where, or scenario, however you want to say it, I don't care, where civilization starts over. And we are now on episode 37, I believe. Let me just double check. We are on episode... yeah, episode 37, sorry. And in the last video... Wait, what did happen in the last video? I can remember a few things. These guys became a puppet. Second of all, I believe this military alliance expanded. Yeah. A new alliance over here was made. Funnily enough, of hope. Bit concerning. And what else happened? Maybe these guys were given independence. I don't know if that was this video or last video. And finally, we saw more nations joining the LS. Anyways, let's just get on with it. The first thing we're going to be seeing is an economical thing get made. And let me just get a good shape for it. Is there a triangle one? I don't think that there is. So we see the Triangle Economical Alliance get made in the Americas between Florida, their puppet state, this nation, Panama, Colombia, this like pinkish coral nation, this Guyana, why am I struggling? This Guyana nation, I think, and finally this like northern Brazilian nation. And if I color that incorrectly, it should look like this. A pretty big alliance. Let me just think, what looks better? I'm just gonna... Actually, you know what, I'm just gonna go with the original. Yeah, that's good. Anyways, that's not the only one we're gonna be seeing, because we're gonna be seeing one form in Northern Europe. I guess we already had a triangle alliance, god damn it. I'm going to be remaking this. Just the shape. Anyways, we are going to be seeing an economical alliance appear. And that is, if I can quickly just do this. I don't remember if Ireland was in it, so they can be in it. Anyways, it's going to be formed by... well, the only two nations that are up here. So, Norway and Finland. Ta-da, I'm using the wrong color. Boom. There. Anyways, what should we do next? I know exactly what we should do next. Let's make a war happen. And it's going to be down here. Where else would it be? As you can see, only one nation here is in a military alliance, and none of these nations are in an economical alliance. And this area has actually been surprisingly peaceful, which is exactly why I want there to be a war. And it's going to be between this dark purple nation and this teal nation. And this, like, purple nation down here. Let me just put on the major cities there. Jesus God, I forgot how many major cities there were over here. Anyways, these guys, I'm gonna turn down tolerance, sorry, it's at max, I'm also... Okay. These guys begin pushing into this purple nation. And they're doing surprisingly well, managing to take a lot of cities within, I'd say, maybe the first few weeks of the war. But they also make a landing on this island where this purple nation had to move to after being exiled. Because I believe they were roughly here. I don't really remember. It happened in like episode 10 to 13, maybe? I forgot. Maybe even earlier. Anyways, these guys are doing surprisingly well because this purple nation is a very weak nation. And I believe a military dictatorship? Yep. Anyways, more like just these guys are struggling in this war. Although there is one saving grace. This green nation, the strongest out of all of the HCE members, joins in on the war, trying to get some land. I'm trying to find like a good invasion color. You know, yeah, that's good. That's good enough. These guys begin pushing into this nation over here, and they are doing very well because this nation over here, like these guys, they did not expect it. And not just that, but they completely just lose control over all of this island over here. And even worse than that, these guys managed to make a landing over here. And they're slowly but surely being murdered. This purple nation manages to fully kick them out, with the exception of them still residing in one little section over here. No, just this like line with this city over here. And eventually, after a few more weeks of the war, these guys do actually get fully kicked out. I swear that, yeah. They also get invaded into, let me just change this color a bit. They also get invaded into. And the final nail in the coffin, I think you can see where I'm going with this. A rebellion breaks out in a few cities. And yeah, these guys are dead. A few break out down here, hell, even one over here. And eventually this country just like, they just cease to exist. Like that is how bad it gets in this country. They just cease to exist. So let's see how this peace treaty is gonna look like. Ta-da! As you can see, this, I'm just gonna say what happened in the peace treaty. Let me just turn off the, actually no, I'm not gonna turn it off. These, like, the Dark Purple Nation gains these lands up here. I'm gonna change this to a blue color. They gain these lands up here. These two rebellions gain land here and here. This green country gains either 1 or 2 provinces. Either way, they gain a few cities, and I'd say maybe a population of 3 to 4 million. And finally, this purple nation is back up here. And regarding the capitals, every country here has a capital except these two. This country keeps theirs up here, and these guys put theirs right here. And now I think we should look at the LOS. No, not the LOS, the LS. I don't know why I said LOS. A few countries are going to be joining it. Those countries are going to be this pink country over here, this country here, this like cyan nation, this lavender country, Caucasia finally joins. This lime nation joins, mainly being put off by these guys, despite being in military lines, but oh well. I forgot to update this. As you can see, a lot of nations just got eradicated from it. But no one really cared, because, there was like 10 people in each of those countries. That's a bit, there wasn't actually 10 people, but still, there was not many people. Anyways, this, like, golden Bulgarian country is going to be joining. If I can color it correctly. Actually, is it even that golden, or is it more like yellow? I don't know, but either way they're joining. This country joins. Also, I have a quick question for you guys. I changed Greece's color because it looked too similar to the Beneluxian Union, but now that they're gone, should I, like, revert them back to their old color, or should I keep them like this? Because regarding Greece's flag, I think it looks better with the lighter color. So, yeah, that's just, like, a question for you guys. Anyways, a few more countries are going to be joining the LS. Mainly this country over here. These two countries. This blue one. And this country over here. That is a very, very small 3-pointed star. Over here we can see that California, Oregon, this green nation, this, don't even know what color that is, country, the Yucatan nation, I don't know why you are colored in, Sakhalin, this green country, this purple country, who also flips over from being a military dictatorship to just being fascist. Don't know if that's better, but you know, not being a military dictatorship, but they are still going to be a dictatorship, just a regular dictatorship now. Also, I'm going to have to change this. I'll do that in a minute, probably after this video. Anyways, those are all the countries who are going to be joining the LS. And I'm just going to quickly color in all these countries. And then I'm going to say something that's going to set up something for... for something in this video. And I've mentioned it maybe like once or twice in either once per episode or once or like 4 times since the decolonization of Africa. Well, not since the decolonization of Africa, but like since the independence of Egypt. Is that everyone? I think it is. And what is that thing that I'm going to be mentioning? Egypt used to hold this land up here, and hell, that's where their capital used to be. So, a debate happens in the LS, and it's going to be on Greece and Turkey. No, Greece and Egypt. And that is whether they should give independence over to their Egyptian lands. And this isn't, oh, if, like, is a majority, then they have to give it over. It's, if there's a majority, there has to be a referendum in only the Egyptian lands. And within the time of the referendum, moving to this Egyptian land, if you're Greek, is not illegal, but there will be, like, a small punishment. So, if you're like, oh, we really want to have it. So, you can't just, like, either go around. I don't know if there's, like, anything to fly it. You won't be able to, like, go over there and be like, oh, no, we won't give it back. That's, like, not allowed. So, a referendum happens in the LS. And the countries are going to be quite split on this. Mainly countries around Security Council members are going to be voting no, we don't want to give it back, or no, they don't have to. And that's mainly going to be the entirety of the Americas, all the British Isle members, every European member, with the exception of this northern Bulgarian nation, Romania, yes, I finally even know a name, not Bulgaria, Belarus, just because they don't think that they should have it, Estonia, what are you called again? Hyuman, I don't know if that's what they're called, but that's what Google Maps said, so if not, then I don't know. Anyways, Ireland, and finally over here, Every single African nation, they say no. India says yes. Every oceanic nation says yes. I mean, no. The Japanese Isles and North Korea and the nation of Hope say no. And every other nation says yes, that they should give it back. Which I believe is just a slight majority for saying yes, they should. If not, then shut up, yes it is. And a referendum happens here. And it is a very, very slim majority. It's 52 to 47. Because 1% didn't vote. And 52% is for no. I mean, is for yes. And that means that Greece has to give it back. And Greece is fine with that. So they give this back. And they are going to give... And Greece is... No, Turkey... No. Egypt is instantly going to move their capital up to their old capital. And this sparks something bad in Greece, as many other areas want their independence. So they're going to rebel away, despite this being the second freest, technically country. Because, like, as you can see, like, they have the mouth. And the areas that are going to be rebelling away are going to be Cyprus, these areas over here, and finally, these recently annexed Bulgarian areas. Now, Greece is going to, instead of fighting, they're going to be settling down with these areas. Also, this, like, orange country comes with, because I swear this is related. And they're going to be making a deal. This brown country, they can have their independence. And the borders for this new country are going to be looking something like, if I can just get it ready real quick. It's going to be looking something like this. Cyprus, they gained their independence. And finally, this old Bulgarian nation. They aren't going to be getting independence, but I am going to be outlining them. And I am going to be doing this. But that's because instead of gaining independence, they're going to be gaining autonomy. And Bulgaria's like, crap, we just lost half our military. Because they sent, like, 10,000 soldiers here, like, into this country, because, like, they wanted to take it back. But it did not work very well, and now they just lost half their military. And that just screwed them over. Very bad. Anyways, let's see where these... Also, these guys just came to, like, mediate it. Anyways, let's see where these capitals are going to be. Cyprus will have theirs be right in the middle. This brown nation will have theirs be right in the middle too. Sort of in the middle, like y-axis. Not x-axis, that would be like here. And finally, this puppet state will have theirs, well, no, this autonomous region will have theirs be right there. And yeah, there's one more thing that I would like to say for this video. As you guys know, this is the industrial age. Like, hold on. Sorry, I just had a stretch. We are currently in the Industrial Revolution. And I believe I said that just before, or either just before World War II started, or the episode where it started. But I'm going to say we are currently in the year 1927. So a bit after World War I finished in our timeline. So if like this was real life, Germany would have like lost a lot of land. Italy would have gained land and fascism would be here. But something is going to be happening. Do you know what happened in order to end World War I? I mean World War II in this real world? Let me tell you. And let me just see. Okay, yeah, you can't see that. Something was created to get Japan out of the war. Something which has not been used in war ever since, I don't think. Something which should not be used in war. But it is going to be made in this world. And what is that thing? Let me tell you something. The Franco-Iberians, ever since World War II finished in this world, they've been slowly spending more and more on their military. And they've also been doing more in... I did Control-Shift. They've also been spending a bit more in a testing part of their... They have been testing something. And where have they been testing it? I believe that they have an island somewhere. I don't know, let's just say this island is French. And you know what, just to indicate that, I'm going to go off of this layer. And I'm just going to steal this. Where's that island? Here it is. I believe this is Bermuda. Boom. So, like, barely anyone lives on that. I'd say maybe at max, like, 17... No. At max, 130 people live there. And they have been testing something, the French. I mean, the Franco-Iberians. And they have been testing it a lot. Many times it's failed. So they get rid of the replica, as each time they make 2 of it. And each time one fails, they get rid of the other. No, they take it apart and reuse its materials to try it again. And this time, when they have the 2, the first one, it works. A majority of the people there die. But we ignore that. But one thing has just been made. The French have just created the world's first nuclear bomb. And that is where I'm going to end today's video. With the knowing that in this world, the end to World War III could possibly be how World War II ended. Also, I gave these guys a flag. And that is where I'm going to end this video. With you guys knowing that there is a nuke in the world. And just so you guys know, every single country in the world wants that technology. Why are all of my friends on Steam playing Rivals of Aether? Anyways, this is where I'm also... There has been, like, no colonization of Antarctica. Why? Because I said so. Anyways, this is where I'm going to end today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys